football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Saints and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Winston to give. It's Kamara. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Jones on the return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Jones. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Flushed out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Davante Adams, 30 yards. And the Patriots are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Winston now. They'll get this out to Kamara. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5. Jameis to throw it. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight and sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 2nd down and 4, Winston drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. He is tough to bring down Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State too, and you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion, but this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. Flush to his... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Matt Judon. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Airing it out deep for Smith. It got his man. Complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. First down, Winston. And that is incomplete here.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. And Lutz's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complimentary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys, maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Eluding the pressure right. Jones breaking from the contact. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Flushed out right. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd win.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. And it'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Jones on the return. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Looking deep for Adams. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there just before halftime. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Jones now. A final shot before break. Steps away to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Kendrick Bourne as time expires in the first half. And the Patriots continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. These two teams have had plenty of extra time to make their final adjustments, but time's just about up. The final half of the NFL season is upon us. So let's get it back out to our Super Bowl broadcast team. Here's Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
On first down, it's Harris, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They run again with Harris. Oh, able to avoid him, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Demario Davis there on the stop. Throwing on second down. Jones, flush to his right. But he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Kendrick Bourne, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Patriots will extend their third quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 29, Winston. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Matt Judon able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Winston. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and a yard. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he gets it down to the 32.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Winston. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith from 10 yards out. And the Saints are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Tyreek Hill on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Pats at the line ready to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Nifty move. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. After the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Smith.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the first down.
They'll go draw here. Winston hands to Kamara. He can't get him down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 41 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Winston. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Escaping the pressure right. Winston into the slide, and he's got a 1st down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this for both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Winston into the slide, and he's got a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it's certainly...
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the flag, ruling on the field changed.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Now Winston. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So still a little work to do here, but they got the much-needed conversion.
So they got that taken care of. Now you would assume onside kick in order to try and get the ball back again, in order to try and kick at least a tying field goal.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So the Patriots coming out now. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, 66 yards. And the Patriots are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage?
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
This is Smith with the ground. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Winston to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Pats are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Winston. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 44, Winston. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality, forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.